Hello, and welcome to Legend of the Elements. Earth. No, I've done that joke several times. I'm not going to do that again. Welcome to Legend of the Elements. We are running on the Gauntlet podcast, as always. I've 4 players with me tonight. Some of them you may recognize from previous sessions. We have 2 new players joining us tonight. We have Richard and Stephen. I'm going to go through from left to right and ask people just to give a brief overview of your characters. Once we've done that, we will then go through and ask people's background questions. With that settled, we will then get started on the story. So going left to right on my screen, Ellen, can you tell us about your character, please?
Kanako is an elderly woman from a small village outside of town. She's a spirit shaper, and she recently had an encounter with a spirit that she summoned, King Monkey, and for the trade-off for King Monkey to do what she asked, she is now wearing a ring which gives her some of King Monkey's personality, and so she is no longer pacifistic and understanding, but wild and passionate.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Lloyd, can you tell us about your character, please?
So I'm playing Soja, who is a scholar, who is an inventor, who makes weird and funky things, who, for some unexplained reason, constantly finds himself thrown headfirst into crazy hijinks that his friends keep getting involved in. It's not all his fault. He just has to make do with what's there. And some of his ideas might possibly lead to making everything worse.
Brilliant. Richard, can you tell us a bit about your character, please?
I am playing Liwei Zhu, or Liwei. He is a water shaper, and he's young, in his 20s. His chakras are that he's enthusiastic and impatient. Occasionally he can be absent-minded and a bit unaware. So that's a great combination for a person who's a healer and has the ability to take water and make it into funny shapes. His family is deeply involved in the River Serpents smuggling gang, and his sister is a well-renowned lieutenant with a streak of cruelty to her methods, and she's Li Wang. So Li Wei has kind of rejected the ways of his family of late, though it sounds like with this group, maybe he shouldn't have.
Excellent. And Stephen, can you tell us about your character, please? Stephen, you're muted.
Sorry. I am playing Tora, a street vendor who sells roasted chestnuts. He is frequently seen all over the city, and he has extensive ties to the criminal underworld. So if you want something stolen, if you want to get something illegal done, then you can go to Tora and he can fix that for you. He pretty much knows everybody who's doing everything illegal, and he's on good terms with most of them. I mean, he doesn't always have satisfied customers, but he tries very hard to avoid offending people. And now you're muted.
Oh, yes, and so I am. And what playbook are you playing?
The Pleasant playbook.
Brilliant. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through and ask people's background questions. What I'm going to do is the 2 existing players have asked theirs already and have things established. So I'm going to go first of all to Richard. Richard, can you give us the first of your background questions, please?
You bet. So I have a couple of backstory. Despite past failures, you are dedicated to your oath to blank. I'd like to tie that to another player character. So I failed one of you. Who wishes for me to have failed you?
I love it when people fail me, because then there's something in can hold you to.
All right. What is it that you're trying to accomplish other than what happened in the last session that I could have messed up?
I think that you probably insulted a spirit that I summoned one time.
Ah, okay. That sounds
with your
good.
absent-minded behavior. Maybe it was like an air spirit, and you splashed water in their face, something like that.
There we go.
And what was that spirit's name?
Have you got any ideas, Rich?
How do we name air spirits in this city?
Come up with a poetic name. Spirits tend to have poetic titles, and think of the sort of things you get in Exalted and that sort of thing. If you're familiar with that setting.
Nope. Not helping.
Okay. In which case, then I will say the spirit's name was Whispering Zephyr.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I'm dedicated to my oath to help Kaneko by apologizing to Whispering Zephyr for their very touchiness.
Brilliant. And Stephen, can you give us the first of your backstory questions, please?
I believe I owe Li Wei-Zu big, and I've sworn to make it up to them. I was acting as a courier for the River Serpents not too long ago. I was carrying a very valuable stolen item when a group of police walked past. It looked like they were going to question me. I panicked. I ditched the item in a sewer, and they weren't even looking for me. It turned out, but I was not able to retrieve the item. And Li Wei-Zu intervened with the River Serpents to stop them from beating me.
Oh yeah, I had to talk to my sister about that too, and she's pretty mad. That's not good.
So yeah. What was it you were carrying?
What if you're carrying like a small? You were carrying a journal that had all of the marks. Like they pass them between one gang and another, so they can keep everything coordinated for what's being smuggled and the like. So it's out there now, and very dangerous and difficult to reconstruct. What do you think? Does that sound okay?
That sounds fine. And of course, it's entirely possible that part of the journal was damaged when I dumped it in the sewer.
That's true.
So they don't even know, nobody's even sure how much of that information is out there.
Okay, so you retrieved it then?
I did not retrieve it. By the time I had a chance to retrieve it, I could not find it. So, I mean, it might have gone swept away in the sewer, or somebody else might have retrieved it. I mean, there are a lot of street urchins who glean items from the sewer.
Brilliant. Okay, that's excellent. I can work with that. Richard, what's your second backstory question, please?
My second backstory question is: blank is beloved by my people, and so is respected by me too. I think I'll just go with Sojua. Is that how you pronounce that? Soja.
Yeah.
Okay. Soja, you are beloved by my people, and so would that be kind of the more peaceful water shaper people, or the actual river serpents who would like Soja?
Well, it's a funny thing you should bring that up, because last session I had come up with a plan for a hydroelectric dam that would power the city, and then someone stole it and tried to build it on their own money. So if you like, you could say, because of my actions to get it destroyed, they had built it without the water serpent's permission, and we're going to circumvent their control. And I've inadvertently stopped that from happening. So the water serpents think I'm cool, which is the only way I can see why a mafia group would think someone like me, who just constantly gets himself in trouble, is cool.
Nice. I like it.
Brilliant. Okay. So with that done, Stephen, what's your second backstory question?
My second is, what did you and blank each swear that has brought you so close together and earned your mutual respect? So I think it's probably something to do with Soja. I suspect that I've had dealings with him in the past, getting unusual materials for him.
That makes sense. Well, we can talk. Well, I'm always trying to reinvent new things, and I'm always trying to put something up, but I don't have the stuff for it. So maybe you and I like a get rich quick scheme thing going on, where I'm like, if you get me the parts, I will build it. We're gonna make some money. We're gonna be nobles. My brother won't become a failure anymore. It's gonna be great.
That's great. You've sworn that if I bring you a particular item, that you will repay me with great riches. So
yes.
What sort of an item do you want me to get you?
I haven't thought of that yet. I need something incredibly hard. Oh, I'm trying to build a new way to dig through what's going. A new laser. I'm building a laser. I'm building a laser weapon so we can dig more and make more tunnels to the earth that doesn't destroy around the base. So I need a gem, a specific kind of diamond gem with a specific amount of facets, so I can put it in and pump the energy through it so it can shoot the laser out.
Okay.
I will use it to cut, it's like an earth cutter laser, but it'll be
does that
safe.
gem happen to be a rainbow quartz? Hey,
yeah, why not? Because rainbow quartz would love the fuck I'm stealing his namesake.
Yeah, that was the CEO of the companies that was building that village.
I bet he has
his name.
With New Horizon, we have to go shut them down soon.
Okay, so if I bring you a 13-faceted rainbow quartz of unparalleled purity, then you will reward me with great riches once your invention is built.
Brilliant.
Absolutely.
Excellent. So just before we begin, Lloyd.
Yes.
Soja, I believe you have a roll to make at the start of the session.
Already done it.
And how many materials do you have to work with?
I have 8. I'm sorry, 6. Yeah, I have 8 materials today. Max materials for the last session.
It keeps on going up and up and up. That's brilliant.
I'm okay with this.
Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of a backstory just for the people watching. Last session, given the riots that took place in the city caused by rioting refugees from the Fire Nation, the local authorities agreed a plan with one of the local corporations, New Horizon Industries, to build a special camp to house the refugees in outside of the city. They then moved into the Cinder Hill district, which is where the refugees were being housed, and forcibly started to evict them. That eviction kind of went pear-shaped when the airship that they were being transported on crashed into a giant temple built at the top of the tallest skyscraper in the city, in a district known as the Eyrie. The Eyrie is a predominantly air-shaper territory. The skyscrapers go high, hundreds of stories high into the air there. And the actual House of Clouds, which is the temple name, is built amongst the clouds itself. It goes that high. Connecting to that tower, there are several smaller towers with walkways going between them, and it forms a web. Nearby as well, you also actually have the airship port. And right on the bottom level is where the normal people live. These aren't necessarily airshapers or Air Nation, but it's very much a Mos Eisley feel. It's a scum of villainy with all the people who lack the refinement of the Air Nation living at the bottom, and it's very much a service industry sector set up to service the crews of these skyships as they come in. We start our story on a ship heading towards the city. The ship is an ironclad. It's powered by giant steam turbines which move it through the water. Its paddle wheels make a constant noise, thrashing up the water around it. On the front deck of the ship, a Water Nation woman stands in expensive clothing. She looks perturbed as she looks on to the obvious police airships that circle the Sky Nation temple. She pauses a moment and steps in from the deck and sits down at a table where her brother sits. So she turns to Li Wuzai and sighs, "Brother?"
Yes.
You're aware of what's been going on in the city?
A great many things have gone on in the city, sister. Are you talking about the crash?
Yes, and the riots. It's thrown our business into a little bit of a tailspin. The police have cracked down on all the criminal elements within the city. They are out in force on the streets. It's very hard for us to move around, especially those whose faces are known.
It could be an opportunity to turn over a new leaf, sister. Perhaps this is when you can stop.
I've grown accustomed to the trappings of finery. I don't wish to go back to being a beggar on the street again. I don't wish to see my children begging on the street again. I'm fine as I am. But it does present us with some opportunities at least. There are currently 500 people trapped in that temple. Trapped. Nothing comes in, nothing goes out. What a horrible thing to happen. Don't you agree?
Well, yes, I do, of course. What do you have in mind?
How do you feed 500 people? The temple was not set up for such a thing. Their food cannot be lasting much longer. And the police are stopping everyone going in and going out.
Do you think they plan on starving them out?
I think it would make sense for them to do so, yes. And there lies opportunity.
See.
We have ways that we can potentially get food into the temple, but we need to get someone inside to make the bargain for us and to open the way. The police know our faces. I have something to ask of you. For the family's sake. And it is something that won't stress your conscience. We want you to be our factor there. There is a man we know in the city who should be able to find a way to get you inside. We want you to go in and strike a deal for us. There are many wonders within that temple, many artifacts, many heirlooms of times past. The Air Nation, they're far too compassionate. They will be willing to part with them in exchange for our supplies, in exchange for what this ship holds. Rice, vegetables. We have fresh tomatoes, we have fresh carrots, we have fresh lettuce and cabbage, enough to feed the people there for weeks. Will you go and bargain on our behalf?
I'll need a sample, and I'll need some people to come with me. I'm sure that they have looked over everything obvious on how to get inside.
Many of our faces will be known. It will make it more difficult for you to get within. Samples are easy enough to provide. Food is food. But traveling in a group, I fear, will actually make things more difficult for you. Especially when our faces are recognized.
Yes, I understand. I'm speaking of other friends who would be less well known. One, in fact, is very good at not being noticed.
Hmm.
And one's an old lady. I'm sure she'll help.
Hmm. What's this lady's name?
I think it'd be best if you don't know, sis.
I like to know who I'm dealing with.
You're dealing with me. Don't you trust me?
Oh, I trust you implicitly, brother mine. But grandfather likes to know that people are reliable.
Then you should tell grandfather that I am leading this team, and I will take care of it.
Is that a promise?
I give you my oath that the people inside will receive the aid of the river serpents, and I will get you a deal on whatever treasures are kept inside. They will negotiate.
Very well. We wish to have the eye of the sun.
Eye of the sun.
Yes. It is a. It is part of the statue of the great sage Zhejiang.
Okay. I'm sure someone on my team knows what that is.
Very well. We will prepare a launch. Is there anything else you need? Apart from a bag of rice and some lettuce?
No, I think that's it. I'm pretty confident that we'll do well.
Very good, brother. Well, she puts out a drink on the table and pours you one and her. To our fortune.
To our fortune.
Oh. And if things do go wrong, those who are aware of what's happening may wish to be quiet about our involvement. Do I make myself known?
Yes, absolutely. I would never put the family in danger.
Good. Very well, let's get you to your launch. And she stands up and walks outside and barks orders at several of the sailors standing round. A motor launch is prepared for you. Several bags of rice are thrown in the back. Several boxes of produce are thrown in as well. And you are led down to it and make your way to the city.
Oh, you guys, I can't believe I'm the quest giver. You're in trouble.
Can you please mark an oath on your character sheet?
I shall.
Okay. So you make your way to the city, but how are you going in? Are you going to be landing at the main docks, or are you going to try and find a private wharf?
I don't know. What's the wisest course? What's the quickest course that gets me another player character? Maybe I should reach out to Tora. He's good at stuff.
Well, the city is crossed by canals. You could actually drive the boat into the city if you wanted and actually get off at the large. There's a large central market that's predominantly watered nation territory. It's a huge inland lake that has several boats that basically park up there and form a floating market. You should be able to get in there and actually land directly in the middle of the city itself, in one of the main commercial districts.
That would be convenient because I have a small market store selling herbs and fresh produce from my garden, and Soja might be helping me.
Wait, hold up. I didn't say anything about helping. That's way too much work. These hands are delicate. I need them for inventing, not for digging through the earth. Let me make you something that will help you. That's way better.
Okay, so your boat goes up the canal. As you look up on the road, you see police cars virtually everywhere. The police are out in force. Everywhere you go, you see people clad in metal armor, bearing the marks of the city police itself. They turn their eye to you quickly, but they don't pay much attention to you. You can tell from watching them that there's something pressing on their mind, and their eyes constantly turn upwards. When you get to the market, it's the middle of market day. The market itself is crammed with boats that turn round the rim of the market, never stopping unless to make a sale. The place is a hustle and bustle. At the center of the lake, stand several large ships that the Water Nation folk of this area live on, and they send their smaller boats out to actually make sales along the edge of the market. As you come in, you have to carefully nudge several of them out of the way to actually get to the jetties to actually get ashore. And within a few moments, you're within the market itself. The market's busy, but it's not the busiest you've seen it. You get the feeling that there's something hanging over the city. People are nervous. People are suspicious that something's going on. They constantly look over their shoulders, and they go to the boats that they want, make the purchases, then quickly go on their way. There's not the atmosphere of revelry which you normally get within the market itself. You get people hawking their wares, but it lacks a certain energy.
Well, I shrug my collar a little closer and duck my head down, try to seem not worthy of attention, and then I'll make my way to Kanako's shop as quickly as possible. She's the easiest one to find. She has a shop.
Okay. Kanako, can you describe your shop for us, please?
So I'm in a small boat, and the boat has a canopy, and hanging from the canopy are bunches of fresh herbs and garlics, and there's baskets of vegetables along the edge, and she's sitting in her boat, leaning across, talking to someone in a boat further down, and just having a nice natter.
Oh, Kanako! Hello! I'm sorry to interrupt, but this is very important. Lives are at stake. Do you have a moment to talk?
Oh, great! I was getting so bored. Come this way. Come, have some tea with me.
We don't have time to. This isn't a joke. This isn't like air spirit stuff. This is real, important stuff, like immediate stuff.
Ooh, you do not believe the spirits are real. Oh, you silly boy.
Well, I mean, they're real to you, and I've seen one or two. I think there are a lot that are more rumors, but that's neither here nor there. Listen, I need your help getting into an area that the people don't want us to go to help folks who could be dying, probably dying. There's a high chance of dying.
And she raises her voice like to make other people hear. Where's forbidden for us to go? Why would we want to go somewhere that we're forbidden to go?
At this, several people standing buying from the boats either side stop and look over.
You're so funny, Kaneko, with your jokes. I'd like some tea.
Good, now sit down.
I was thinking we could find Tora. He's very good at usually getting people places they need to be. You know about the folks who are in the air temple being starved out and not allowed to get any food, yes?
No. Yes, I know. I might know what happened there, but look, that Tora, I don't know if we can trust him.
We can't. That's why we'll pay him.
With what?
Oh, well, I have a secret benefactor who is helping to make this happen. I have bags of rice as proof.
And at that point, as you hold up the bag of rice, you notice that there is a symbol on it. And the symbol is actually of the Imperial Army.
Crap.
Are you doing some dirty work for your sister again?
Yes, but the dirty work is in dealing with things that the Air Temple aristocrats shouldn't really be hoarding anyway. The net benefit to save lives is far outstrips any negotiating with a hard bargain for people's lives on the line for trinkets. Trinkets, I tell you.
For someone who doesn't believe in the spirit world, you're very good at telling tall stories.
Well, thank you. Wait. We should find Tora. And because this is important, I think Soja should be part of this too.
And as you're speaking, you hear a clanking noise, several clanking noises moving through the market. You can hear the metal armor impacting itself over the noise of the people around it, and you can see a squad of metal shaping police walk around the corner. They stop at the intersection just up from you and look around and break up into several smaller groups going off in different directions. There's one group of 3 that is currently moving down towards you.
Fresh coriander, sirs. I also have some delicious baby carrots.
They stop and look over and move over to you. Old woman, what is it you sell?
Everything that you see here. I have some herbs and garden produce, even some sweet strawberries, lovingly tended in the freshest cow dung in the land.
You make them sound... Sorry, did you just say cow dung?
Yes, all the beautiful nutrients, and they make them grow so big and sweet.
I'm sorry, I don't want anything that's been grown in cow dung.
Oh, you'd be surprised. You'd go very hungry. Yeah, there, young man.
Do you sell tea?
No, but I could share a cup with you. Oh, yes, no, I do sell tea, don't I? No, I'm all out of tea today, but I can share a cup.
The other guy behind him just goes, look, we need to get moving on. Are you going to buy something, or should we just, go? We've got people to find. There's a boat came ashore here. We've got to find out where it went.
Okay, that's none of my business then. So you should go about yours, and I will tend to my vegetables.
Old lady, whatever. Have a good day. Knock yourself out. And they start moving down the market again. And sorry, are you laughing at us?
No, sorry, I was laughing.
We are officers of the law.
You should have heard.
The High Empress herself.
Oh yes, sir.
You
Yes, sir.
will give us the respect that we deserve, peasant.
So much respect. Just this young man was telling such high stories. He was saying that the spirit world wasn't real. Oh, gosh, kids these days, right?
And they turn to look at Lee.
Oh, it was a joke. It hurts her feelings, and so I made a joke about it. I'm mean and terrible.
And they stop and look at the bag at your feet, bag of rice at your feet. Where did you get that from?
From the market. A few stalls over, and I'll point in a general vague direction of where I might have seen a rice vendor, but probably not.
Okay. Can you please roll speak honorably, please?
I'm not speaking honorably.
Oh, no, but you're not threatening either.
That's true.
Which would normally be speak dishonorably.
I get to roll with a natural.
Yeah.
A natural is a flat roll. Started off rolling snake eyes with these dice, so I have a good feeling.
You?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sorry, you've just rolled snake eyes?
No. I started off I'm sorry, when I first rolled the dice, they came with snake eyes. That was just to move them over. Now I have actually rolled them. That was just warming them up, you see. I just rolled a 9. I do have a mixed result.
Okay, so you've rolled a 9. So a 9 on the basic moves for speak honorably is you get what you want, but there are immediate and troublesome strings attached.
If only I had chi, I would bump it up, but you know.
Okay, they look at you and go, that property is from the Imperial Army. Where was it purchased? Where was the actual vendor?
Oh, a horse face over there. It was rather rude. That blue and yellow stall.
They turn and look out, and the sergeant turns to one of the other officers. Grab that bag as evidence. And they step down onto the boat to actually take the bag of rice from you.
Are you going to reimburse this young man for his purchases?
This is stolen property.
He did not steal it.
No, but someone did. Not our problem. They step back off the actual boat and onto the quay itself. If you're here when we get back, there's going to be trouble.
I will not be here.
Good. And they move off. And you can hear the clanking get quieter and quieter as they get further and further away.
Oh, my job got significantly more difficult. And it turns out my sister is negotiating with stolen property to get this done.
You seem surprised.
I know. I know. But still, we can help people. Will you help me?
You know I will help. I do feel sorry for the poor souls trapped, but I don't like the idea of profiting from helping. But, you know, it'll be fun, right?
Right. And I doubt we will make much profit at all. My sister, however, probably a good deal of profit.
Yes. All right. Well, I saw Tora with his water chestnuts down one of those tributaries. And Soja, I don't know, he's probably trying to build some crazy device. We'll probably see him trying to buy goods for his inventions. He's always down at the market.
Okay, at this point we will actually cut to the water chestnut stand. And Soja, you're out in the market. There's something that you want for your latest invention. What is it?
I need a metal pulley, like a proper metal pulley, like gets inside with cables wrapped around it. Getting metal isn't hard, but getting it in that specific size is different. So that's what I need, and I need to get one now for my new what's called laser cutter to work. I need you to haul it around the place, and I need a pulley system to get it running.
Okay, so which case you've gone to? Sorry, I'm terrible with names. Let me just have a second. You've gone to Tora to try and get hold of this.
Cool.
As he's your go-to man. So as you walk through the market, you notice there's a lot of police about, and you are attracting attention wherever you go. It's more when you speak rather than to the very look of you. Your voice is very familiar to the people who hear your broadcast.
I'm just not going to talk to people as I walk around. I really can't do it with a distraction right now. So I'm like going, oh, no, it's not. No, you got the wrong person. Nope, wrong person. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Why did I broadcast that? Everything's fine. I keep my voice low and try not to attract people. I'm trying to. The last thing I need is for a distraction and for the police officers to see me doing this, and then questions to get asked, and then I'll be in trouble. And I'm like, I can't deal with that right now. I've got to build this laser cutter.
Okay, so you make your way through the market. I'd like you to roll move with intention, please.
Ooh. Whoop, whoop, and whoop. Plus my water, that'll be an 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Even though my water's penalty, I'm still gonna make that roll. So that is a 9, I believe.
Okay. So there are several police patrols out looking for you. Would you like to apply a tag to them?
Yes, I'd like to apply the tag hungry. They are looking for me, but they're too busy being looking at the food and stuff that's on offer. They haven't eaten for a while because they've been on duty all the time. So they're constantly trying to get something to eat. So it's kind of distracting them a little bit. I'm like, nope.
Brilliant. So you make your way through the actual market itself, and you get to the water chestnut stand. Toja, would you like to actually describe what your stand looks like?
It's basically it's an iron drum on wheels. So the side of the drum is cut out so you can put in wood or charcoal and build a fire and roast chestnuts on top of it.
Brilliant.
I mean, wheels at the bottom. There's a handle so you can roll it around.
Brilliant. So it's like a little trolley then.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're standing there in the market. The market's been, business hasn't been that good. There's been a lot of people passing through, but they're not necessarily buying the water chestnut, the roast chestnuts. They tend to come out for the people that are out are buying essentials, and it looks like they're buying large quantities of it as well. So you see people carrying several bags of rice back, rather where normally you see a family carry one bag between them. It looks like people are buying things and getting ready to settle in for a long time.
Yeah, I mean that happens whenever people get worried, they start hoarding food. City's a little nervous right now. Good for business.
So, Shoja,
mm-hmm.
You approach the stand. How do you approach the stand? What are you doing to keep yourself out of view of the general public when you do this?
I come forward. I'm sort of like. The red squirrel monkey flies at midnight behind the dolphin.
Squirrel monkeys don't fly.
Oh, wait. I lean a bit closer and I'm like, the dreamwalkers of the east sail upon the sea of the new moon.
Okay, but what is this about squirrel monkeys?
Oh, for the love of God. Told you, I'm trying to talk to you. Can we talk to you privately?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, move. Shh.
And where do you go to talk privately, given that you have a wheelbarrow?
I leave the wheelbarrow there. I go behind the stall and I pull his head down, so I'm squatting behind the stall with him.
Okay.
So we're just like whoop.
Okay. You two have this. You two have the stage.
Okay.
Hey, how's it going?
Okay. Soja, let me explain something to you about being subtle. Okay?
Well, yes. I'm doing a great job. I know. Thank you. I mean, it's really nice. It's quite natural.
No,
Someone always told me I could be a ninja if I was a...
No. Soja, crouching down behind a barrel is not subtle. That makes it look like you're hiding, and people are wondering why you're hiding. So here, you stand up. Stand up. Okay, now you take this packet of chestnuts, and you start eating them. And then you just talk to me in a very low voice, and nobody will pay attention to you because it is a very ordinary thing for somebody to stand next to a vendor of roasted chestnuts, eating roasted chestnuts, and to chat while they do this.
Yeah, well, my plan was cooler.
Okay. Yeah, and those those code phrases you were doing.
Yes.
You have to set up code phrases ahead of time.
Wait, what?
Yeah, and it should sound like something a person would normally say, because, like, if somebody is going to overhear us, they're going to wonder, what the fuck is this about flying squirrels?
You know, this whole spy business thing is just way too complicated, all right?
Yeah.
I just make things.
Yeah, you're good at making things, Soja.
Thank you. I'm glad someone appreciates my genius. I need a
You're just not good at subtle.
I could be subtle and give me a chance.
That's okay. Okay.
While you're having this conversation, our other two characters come around the corner and catch sight of the stand.
Just the people that we were looking for.
What? Hi. Oh, look, they saw us. Look at us. We're not so subtle anymore, are we? Ha!
Yeah.
We need...
Yeah. You guys know Soja, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we know each other. I definitely, we know each other that much. It's true.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Kanako comes over and gives Soja a big hug, gives him big sloppy kisses on both cheeks.
Hi, Li Wei. Did you hear the news? Apparently, some idiot was caught selling stolen rice from the military warehouse, and he didn't even take it out of the bag first.
Wow, that's silly. Even I know that.
Pretty dumb.
More importantly, hey, Kanako, it's good to see you. And you're
Li Wei Zhu. Li Wei Zhu, yes. Li Wei Zhu.
Li Wei
Zhu, yes.
My memory's just really rough on that one. Nice to see you again. So you look good. You look great.
Thanks.
I was having a quiet word with my friend. Did you say you need us or him?
Both of you, for a very important mission.
Okay.
Why are you saying in a whispered voice?
Because it sounds more important.
Oh.
See, Soja, this is subtle. Take notes.
There is nothing subtle about what he just did. Nothing.
You know about the people who are being held in the air temple, being starved out. and all of the Imperial guards are keeping anyone from bringing them aid. Right?
Yeah, they didn't even let me sell them any chestnuts.
Yes,
Right.
I am aware of the people that are being held.
We are going to help them.
I'm in.
We're going to
And-
help, and why are we going to help them?
Because there are a great number of artifacts that the Air Temple has there, and they will gladly hand over some of those artifacts in exchange for being able to eat and perhaps even get out. And that's why you will be the perfect person to be part of our little party, or our team.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, I can put you in touch with somebody who will buy those things.
No. We need you to come with us, team, to go inside and negotiate with them so that we can get them food and supplies so they can survive the long night. And for that, you will be paid handsomely.
I can do that. I mean, I can get you inside. I know some of the police who are on duty. I know which ones are reliable. I mean, I can't get like carts of food in, but I can get you in to talk.
Good. That's what we want. For now.
Okay.
Kaneko's
Great.
just eating
And
the water chestnuts.
and what do we need these two for?
Well, so Soja is an excellent inventor, and so that could be helpful. And then Kaneko is one with the many spirits in the spirit world that she has some direct line towards. All very helpful.
Okay.
Can I
Do you
ask, sorry, at this point, can I ask someone to roll observe carefully, please?
I'll do it, because why not? I'm also taking my breath and watching carefully, because, like, something about this doesn't sound right, and I was about to mention it too. But first, wow, I got a 3 plus 3 is a 6. I fail.
Okay, so gain a point of chi.
Woo!
And by all means, continue.
I look for it and I'm like, wait, what you're doing isn't going to help them. It'll only be temporary. They're still going to be barred up.
Well, yes, but they will be able to live a bit longer.
That's not a solution. That's a
Well, hold on. It is a solution. They're hungry. We negotiate to get them food. They're not hungry anymore. Problem solved.
I think we should, go in, do some negotiation, and then mess the joint up. So
Exactly. That's why she's here. That's why she's here. She's smart.
messing the joint up to get the people out. So, we tick some boxes for your sister. She's a little bit demanding, a little bit scary. I've seen the spirits that hang out with her. I don't want to go there. But, we can get these people out. It's easy. It's not what she wants. She won't make much money from that, but it's the right thing to do.
So, are you telling me now, Li Wei, that you will definitely do this and go as far as to ensure that we will get those people out and no longer blockaded?
Right. Yeah. That's. Does that get you along? Do you come with?
Swear an oath
that's
to
what-
me, and I will give you my full backing.
I've got to be honest. I stopped paying attention. What am I swearing to?
I look at him like that you will get the blockade stopped. I'll help you all the way. We'll get them the food, everything else, but you swear an oath to me now that you will get that blockade stopped.
Wow. You're helping?
I will, yes, 100%. I'll give
Okay.
it my all.
I swear we will stop this blockade.
Done. I'm in.
Where's the chili sauce, Tora? I need some chili sauce for these water chestnuts.
Wait, why did you have chili sauce? Why did you start eating chili sauce?
Can someone else now please roll observe carefully? Someone other than Shoja.
All right. Well, I haven't rolled yet, so I'll
Do it.
That's an 8.
Okay. With an 8, you get to ask one question, after which you can then apply a tag to it, or can add a tag or an environmental tag describing the situation. If you look on the character keeper, there's a bit there that says basic moves, which lays out what the
Right.
questions you can ask are.
Okay. What is about to happen?
You know, as you look around, you notice that down one end of the street, people are moving out of the way, and people are moving away from that end of the street more and more. There seems to be an urgency about it. A few moments later, you can hear chink, 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 chink. What appears to be a large number of police coming your way.
All right. So an environment tag, confused mob.
Brilliant.
Okay. Guys, I think we need to quick. I know a way out of here, and I start wheeling my cart down a narrow passage between two of the stalls.
Okay.
Oh, wait for me.
Okay. So I would like one person for the group to roll move with intention, please. Who would like to roll that?
I'm good with fluid stuff. So I would like to lead that role. Is that cool with everybody? I have a +2, so you know. All right, here we go. I've rolled a 9 + 2 and 11.
Okay, so on 11, you can choose 2 of the actual options on move with intention.
And we're trying to sneak out of here, yes? Just making sure.
That's correct, yes.
Okay. Then we place a tag on the target we're gaining a position on, unaware.
Okay.
And then we're safe from imminent attack.
Brilliant. So as the crowd starts moving up the street, there's a great deal of confusion there. And you use that confusion to slip into the back alleys. As you go down the alley, you turn the corner, and you can hear what sounds like 20 or 30 police officers actually marching past the alley that you're in. You wait a few minutes, and the sound of the police in their armored uniforms fades away. What do people do? Where are people going?
All right, Tora, you said you had a way to get us in. Let's see it.
Yeah. Okay. I have an arrangement with one of the stall holders, so I park my cart in the back of one of his stalls, and I lead them towards the rear of the rear of the temple. Okay. I'm going to observe who is guarding the temple, and I'm going to spot some policemen who I can trust to let us past unobserved.
The temple itself is in a district called the Eyrie. The temple itself is at the top of a huge skyscraper. Coming off the skyscraper, there are several little bits that actually hang out, with several communities that hang down from these platforms. There are walkways that connect these communities to several of the other large towers around it. But as you go down further and further and further, it goes from a pristine Air Nation community to more rough communities, to places where you wouldn't want to be out at night.
Well, I would want to be, but they wouldn't.
Yes. You as you get to the edge of the district, you can see that there's actually a police patrol there, a police roadblock. You're taken back a moment. You pop back out of view, but as you watch them, you recognize one of the police officers. The police officer is Crescent's son, someone who's done favors for you in the past, someone you know is liable to be influenced by favors or money.
Okay, so I ask Li Wei to pass me some money. I assume you're covering expenses, Li Wei.
Oh, of course. Yep, I pass him some money. No problems.
Yep.
So so I casually approach the officer and speak to him quietly, and there you can observe us shaking hands, and I head back and I wave them.
Before you do that, the officer shakes your hand and goes, "Tora, it's been a while."
Yes.
Look around. What do you want?
Just I want to talk to some people discreetly on the other side. So
You going in to talk to the Diamond Kites. What are you involved with now?
I'm not involved with anything. I'm just arranging for some people to talk. It's nothing wrong with talking, right?
The district's on lockdown. I can't let you in.
You can't be seen to let us in. I mean,
You know what I mean. I can't let you in. He drinks. He has a cup of coffee. He has a cup of coffee that he has, and he drinks it. And he puts the cup down on the desk next to him.
Yeah, and I discreetly tilt my hand so that he can see that I'm carrying some coins, and I say, "Look, nobody's gonna know. You know I'm reliable, right? You can trust me."
Can you please roll speak honorably?
Okay, that's plus natural. That's a 7.
Okay. He pushes the cup forward. Would you like a drink? He reaches for a flask.
Sure. I'll always drink with you. You know that.
He mimes pouring you a drink and pours one for himself. And he hands you the empty cup and picks up his own.
And I raise my cup at a toast, and I drain the empty cup.
He puts his cup down on the table.
I put my cup down on the table.
Normal rates.
Normal rates.
I see you don't drink with sugar anymore. Perhaps you may want to add something to that cup.
Normal plus half.
That's not quite what I meant.
What do you want then?
I thought you may want to add some sugar to that cup. Make it a bit sweeter.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So Right. I mean, I put the normal rates in the cup along with a few extra coins.
He finishes his drink and he slots his cup in on top of yours and picks both up. I think it's about time we go for lunch, guys. What do you reckon? Should we move the checkpoint a little bit further up and set up elsewhere and get some food while we're at it? The other officers look at him going, what, now? Yes, now. I'm hungry. What about you guys? Yeah, sure, we can get something to eat. And they get into the car that was that was blocking the road, back it up, and drive off.
Right. Okay. So I wave to the after they pass and are out of sight. I wave to the others to move up.
I'll get moving.
Okay. You move into an area where there's rubbish in the street. There's trash everywhere. It looks like people here don't really care much about the environment that they're in. You see people laying down by the side of the road drunk. You see people sitting outside shops, smoking pipes and playing dice games, and these people are all haggard looking and all look a bit world weary. And you move further into the district. The temple itself is built as part of a huge skyscraper. At the bottom of that skyscraper is a nightclub. The nightclub doesn't appear to be open, but you can see several people outside, standing guard. All of them have their head shaved in some way, shape, or form, with tattoos on their heads. The tattoos look to be an imitation of the ones that the actual A-Nation monks wear. But the feeling that you get from them very much is they're there to stop trouble. There's people all over the street, and you really stand out here. The people here don't tend to wear expensive clothing. They don't tend to wear very clothing in much repair. If you think a Legend of Korra version of Mos Eisley, that's the sort of feel you have actually going down the street. There are large pack animals here. There are broken down cars. The place seems a bit decrepit.
All right. Well, worst comes to worst, I guess we're in. I look over to the two. Anyone have a plan?
Yeah. I mean, this nightclub, they've got a back entrance, and I know the owner. I think he'll let us in. So, he if anybody will know a way up, he will.
Okay, Stephen. What is the name of the nightclub?
The Rusted Drum.
The Rusted Drum. Brilliant. Okay. So you make your way down the back alley that goes to the back of the nightclub itself. The alleys here are like the main district itself, but 10 times worse. You literally have to climb over bags of trash and rubbish and detritus to make your way through the alley itself. As you come round to the door at the back, you see that there's someone standing outside it. A large, muscled man with the same shaved head and head tattoos that the people up front had. He turns and looks at you and goes, "What do you want?"
I want to speak with the boss, Tomek.
Tomek. Yeah, so you know his name. And what words do you want to speak to him?
Tell him Tora wants to talk to him.
Tora. Okay. Give me a second. He bangs on the door. You see a little hatch open. There's a guy here who claims his name's Tora, wants to speak to Tomek. The hatch closes. A few moments later, it opens up again, and you can hear something being muttered through the hatch itself. A few moments later, the door opens, and the guard up front steps to one side. He says, "Make it quick."
Okay, I head inside. I wait for the others to follow.
Well, I'm not saying no. Whee!
Okay. As you step into the nightclub, even though the nightclub isn't actually open at the moment, there's a layer of smoke that actually lingers in the place. It clings to the body. It has a environment tag of smoky. There's a smell of stale air and of tobacco and alcohol. And as you walk through the service areas, you're led down to the main nightclub itself. You're led into the bar, and there's a large bar there with a large wooden stage at the other end of the actual room itself. You can see that there are several people up on stage practicing routines, several dancers, several singers. And standing at the bar is a grizzled old man, Tomac. He's wiping the bar as he looks up to see you and grabs a glass and starts cleaning it. I didn't believe it was actually you. What do you want? So what can I do for you, Tora?
Got a couple clients. They want to talk to somebody in the temple.
Good luck with that.
Oh, come on, Tomac. Don't tell me you can't arrange it. You know this part of town better than anyone.
Oh, I know this part of town better than anyone. I also know when to keep my head down. There's a lot of police up on the upper levels. They're not letting anyone up. Well, they're not letting most people up, should we say.
Okay. So who are they letting up?
Well, I say letting up. Letting up would be a bit of an overstatement.
Yeah.
There are people getting up there.
And you know the road they're taking.
Oh yes, yeah. I know the road they're taking. I also know who holds the key to the road. So what are you offering?
I name a reasonable amount of money for the service.
Tomac stops looking at you for a moment and turns to look at Lee. Don't I know you?
Perhaps.
You look familiar.
That's a family resemblance, the zoo from the River Serpent.
The glass he's cleaning shatters in his hand. You're a zoo.
I am.
Tora, you bring a zoo into my place. And he throws a glass to the ground.
Is that a bad thing? I think that might be a bad thing. I'm not sure.
He's a zoo with money, Tomac.
He's a zoo. I deal with the diamond kites.
Oh.
This is diamond kite territory, and you bring a river serpent down here.
Oh.
He's just passing through, Tomac. I didn't mean any offense. We aren't hiding or anything.
Do you know how much trouble this could get me into?
All he wants to do is talk to some people in the temple. He's not messing with any diamond business.
This is a diamond business. If he brings the cops down on this, I get into trouble. Who do you think those thugs outside are? Where do you think they come from? How do you think I can operate in this area without their permission? If they've heard that I've been dealing with the river serpent, it's my neck.
They aren't going to hear. Trust me. I give you my oath.
Okay. The sooner he gets up there, the sooner he gets out of here. Okay. I'll help you. But this doesn't get back to the kites.
Absolutely not, I swear.
You please mark an oath on your character sheet. And he leads you into the kitchen of the nightclub itself. He walks to the wall where there's a little hatch and opens it up. It appears to be a dumbwaiter. He pops the actual roof off the dumbwaiter itself and pulls it down. There's the shaft. Good luck with the climb.
Well,
we don't have time to build a climbing machine, Soja. We're just.
Oh, I think you find we do. I say as I actually start building a climbing machine, going, I think you find we do. And I'd like to spend a material to build a climbing device to help us climb.
Brilliant. Yes, there is a cable that goes up the shaft, but that's used for the dumbwaiter. So you can actually build something that clips onto that, and you can use. Yes.
All right. And I'm like, see, pulley system. Watch this. Click it on, push the button, hold on, straight up.
Okay. You ascend through this shaft that goes up and goes up and goes up. And as you get further away from the dumbwaiter, the light fades in the actual shaft itself. As you're moving up, you can hear people in the rooms on the other side of the wall as you pass them. You can hear a baby crying. You can hear people playing jazz music. You can hear a couple having an argument over who was supposed to do the dishes. All very pedestrian. And suddenly, the climbing mechanism stops. And you're left hanging in the air in complete darkness.
Okay, guys, I won't go any further.
Is this? Are we taking a break?
Yep.
No.
At what part do we keep going? Like up? Soja.
I don't know, but I can't see. Feel around. Maybe there's an opening somewhere we could use.
All right, I feel around.
Okay, can you roll observe carefully then, please?
Also, just so you know, I don't actually know how high we've gone.
All right. Well, that is a 5.
Okay, so gain a point of chi. Before I go on, does anyone feel that their actual chakras have come into play at any point so far?
Let me double check. And I'm going to say no for me.
No for me.
Yeah, I don't think I've hit any.
Okay, so you feel around, and as you feel around, you feel something wooden on the wall itself, where the rest of the wall is stone. After a few moments, you actually manage to force the door open, and light floods into the actual shaft itself. Can everyone gain a the first level of tag, which is dazed, as light floods in? And you move out of the shaft itself. You're in what appears to be a very Spartan. It looks like a cell. You can see that there are all sorts of markings in chalk and over the walls itself, elaborate swirls of wind and clouds, and it's all elaborately decorated, but it's bare wall with chalk markings on, with a stone bed. There doesn't appear to be anything personal here. There is a door in the far wall, though, but there are no windows, and light floods in through the edge of the doors. What are people doing?
Well, I'm pretty impatient, so I'll open the door.
Okay. So you open the door and you find yourself standing on the top of a 300-foot drop. There is nothing beyond the actual door itself, but open air. You have a grand view of the city. You can see the canals reach out. You can see the market district. You can see Cinder Hill with smoke that still rises from it.
Can I see the handle of the door that I just opened to pull it closed again?
Yeah.
I'll do that.
It looks like you've actually come out into one of the cells used by the Air Nation monks.
Oh, yes, they can fly. That makes more sense.
Also considers cheating.
Oh,
all right.
I'm sorry, can I circle back for a second? I was having an issue with Chrome, and I couldn't unmute myself when you asked about chakras. I feel like I've been pretty enthusiastic and patient and caused some trouble for myself. Would you agree?
Yeah, I would agree as well. You can certainly have a cheat for that.
All right, I'll do that.
Okay, so you're standing in this cell.
Kanako, can you talk to I don't know, a spirit and help us out, maybe?
That's not how it works. She don't just magically talk to spirit. She has to like be in the right mood and want to commune with the source, and that is how that works, right? I don't actually know.
Yeah, you go back to your books. Don't worry about real life or anything. Look, there's a couple of things I can do. I'm very old and wise and have seen a lot, and you might think that it's all smoke and mirrors and fortune cookies, but I can talk to spirits. I can ask them to help us. I have heard there is a luck dragon that resides in these clouds, and if we can offer the luck dragon something that they're interested in, yeah, no, totally hitting Falcor right there. Yeah. Then they might be willing to take us where we need to go.
Do luck dragons like water chestnuts?
I'm sure they do, but I think that's just a little bit of icing on the cake, so to speak. Look, Li Wei, you have embarrassed me once before. Can you make it up to me? Can you offer this? If I can actually contact this luck dragon, can you help me with an offering that will interest such a fine spirit.
Wow. What do they like? Do they like imperial rice? Because if so, I'm all out.
I think the water chestnuts are better than imperial rice for a luck dragon, but something of more value. Maybe say the eye of the sun.
That's the whole reason my sister wants to do this shenanigans thing where we actually get to help people.
Oh,
I
so
can't-
she wants one particular thing, not just every treasure.
Well, she'll start off asking for every treasure and then allow negotiations to go down to what she actually wants. It's a river serpent thing. It actually works quite well.
Couldn't you guys just want to help people for the good of the community? No? It's not-
I am loosely associated with the river serpents in that every member of my family except me is fully integrated into the river serpents. I, however, trying to be an independent do-gooder.
You're doing a great job.
Got the three of you guys in here to help people who are starving, so
Yeah, well, I'm not here to please the river serpents. I'm here to help people. And
I'm not here to help people. I'm here to get paid.
Well, you're here now. And whether or not there's money involved, you're stuck.
I'm not stuck. I can go back down the shaft anytime.
Yeah, but it's really super dark.
I look down, I'm like, after you.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Thanks for helping us get this far. See you later, Tora. Now,
I didn't say I didn't say I was going back. I mean, I still haven't been paid. But I'm just pointing out.
I'm going to attempt to call upon the luck dragon, and I'm going to offer it the eye of the sun.
Hey, Soji, you're really smart. What other treasures could there be in the air temple? Maybe something other than the eye of the sun.
Oh,
Like
my
the
memory
eye
is fading. I can't remember a single
Mouth
thing
of the
I have
moon?
seen.
Ear of a comet?
No, it's all. Oh no, it's all gone. So I lean on forward and I go. Perhaps maybe the water serpent's child is right. Maybe we shouldn't go straight in with our offer. Could you like negotiate? Maybe have like a smaller sun, like a bluer sun.
Let's try talk to this spirit, and we'll see what they ask for. But I know the value of that particular treasure, what it is to the air spirits. So we'll see. I
believe in you. Make it happen. I'll be over here, and I move very far away.
I'm rolling.
Okay, can you? So, looking at your communion roll, you are presenting an offering. You are in a place of power as well. One of the things about these cells is they do radiate with spiritual energy. There's a tranquility here that makes it very easy for you to tap into the spirit world. So gain +2 to your roll.
So that's 9, and
Okay.
let's bump it up to 10 with the chi.
Okay. Okay. Can you describe the ceremony you're doing?
I sit down. I open the door to the sky, and I sit down in the open door. I reach over, grab some water chestnuts, start munching on them. My eyes roll into the back of my head. Luck dragon, come have a chat. I have some delicious snacks for you. Please join me.
Everyone hears thunder in the distance.
Oh boy.
I like thunder.
There is a light fall of rain that starts outside. The rain gets heavier and heavier. The wind picks up. The cloud seems to form around the actual skyscraper itself. When you look out into the actual area outside the door, all you can see is mist, and the mist creeps into the room itself. There's a pregnant pause as you breathe in, breathe out. And Kanako, it feels like someone's breathing on the back of your neck. Hello. You have called me. Hello, little woman.
Hello, you fine creature. Thank you for joining me.
I smell food. Would you share some of your bounty with me?
Oh, yes, my dear friend. We have the finest water chestnut, roasted fresh. And she takes a handful of them and throws them out into the mist.
As she throws them out, they disappear into the mist, but you can hear a crunching noise from outside. These are delicious.
Thank you.
Ah, there are more there. Please step out so I can see you.
I told you to be quiet. Oh, look.
I walk forward and I'm waving.
Okay, are you stepping out to the actual hut?
I mean, I'm not actually stepping out into thin air now.
I said come forward so I can see you.
I actually can't fly.
You don't need to fly. I can fly. Flying is overrated.
I'm afraid of heights.
I mean, you should never be afraid of heights. Heights are not to be afraid of. Landing. Now, landings are scary.
Yeah, that's what
scary.
I'm afraid of, like landing after falling from great heights.
Oh, well, do not worry. You won't see anything. Come on, step outside. I cannot fit into such a small place.
I
push him.
Boom, I'm like, oh my God.
I scream.
Okay, you scream and you're falling, except you're not. You're hanging.
I keep screaming.
You're hanging in the air. You're surrounded by cloud. As you can feel something underfoot. It's slightly soft and pliable.
Huh.
You can feel your feet moving through fur.
I didn't know you could stand on clouds.
Yes, I could stand on clouds.
I didn't know I could stand on clouds.
Well, technically, I'm not a cloud.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to be disrespectful, sir.
I think nothing of it. So, will you all stand outside so I can see you? I cannot go inside. It is such a small place for such a great creature as myself.
I look over at Kanako. I'm like, okay, I take it back. This is the best thing you've ever summoned. And then I step out into cloud, like, huh?
You step out, and there's that instant you feel like you're falling. Except again, you're hanging in the air right next to Tora. You can feel something under your feet, but it's not supporting you. but you can still feel it there. It's soft as if you're standing on fur.
I'm not gonna lie, this is amazing.
Kanako slowly stands back up, her bones creaking, and then she hobbles over to the edge and looks right, looks left, and then dives out.
And she falls. Oops, sorry, my fault. And as she falls, she suddenly stops as she lands in a giant draconic hand, a claw even.
She's giggling like a child.
And she gets lifted up and placed beside the other two. Sorry. Child of Water, will you not join us?
Oh, yes, I'm sure. I'll step out tentatively, like 1 foot, test with a foot until I feel it purchase. But they're all walking, so I'll come out. This is fine.
Mist swirls, and you turn to see a giant white dragon staring at you. It is a dragon covered in fur. It has the long little Chinese-style mustache that runs down the side of its face, and its face positively beams with amusement. So, you have called me. How can I help you? Are you trapped? Would you like me to take you to the ground? Would you like to take you on a journey? There are so many things I can show you.
Not that last one, not that last one.
I would love to go on a journey with you.
Very well, let's get started.
But just not just yet. There are some people trapped in your temple, and we wish to set them free.
They can leave whenever they want. There is nothing holding them here. All they have to do is step over the edge and they are free.
But unlike most of the residents here, they are not of air blood. They are Fire Nation people.
They can still step over the edge as well. Granted, the ending would be different, but they would still be free.
Oh, yes, my dear friend. That is one way to get to see the spirit world a lot quicker. But they wish to go home to their families and live another day.
I think you will find that their families are with them. I've heard them shouting. I've heard their prayers. They are hot, passionate. I appreciate passion. It is something the monks here do not understand.
Yes, I've tried to date one of those monks in my earlier lives. They're very boring.
Oh, and what was his name? I might know him.
Oh, I do not kiss and tell.
No. But you do kiss.
Oh, you. Such a flirtatious luck dragon.
Well, I have to push my luck. It is in my nature. What can I do for you, young maid?
Oh, young maid. Oh, it's been a while since anyone's called me that. But I wish to go to these trapped people, and if you will help us get us there, we would repay you with what you wish.
And what is it you think I wish?
I don't think us mere mortals could look upon a celestial being as yourself and know what you could possibly wish. Tell us, and we will tell you if we can obtain such a thing.
There are two things that I wish. One, I want a kiss. If you do kiss, then I wish to have one. But I feel to do this, I will have earned it.
You know, you don't have to do something for a kiss from me. Like, I'm very enamored by your long, beautiful white fur. How could I not want to kiss you?
Ah, but you are wed to another.
This is not a wedding ring. You know that trickster King Monkey?
Oh, yes. Yes, I do know
Yes.
your name.
Yes, we have a deal going on as well. That is, I'm not betrothed to him, so I'm still a free maid. Wink, wink.
Ah, well, I will settle for a kiss for the first part. For the second, you wish to move these people out of my temple.
Yes, you can't possibly want 500 starving Fire Nation in your temple.
No, I don't. The misery, it rings in my ears. They have been wronged. I will tell you what. I will help you. But I wish them to see justice. They have been wronged. They deserve justice. They deserve all the luck in the world, for they have had so little. Will you see it done?
What is justice to you?
Ah, but I am a dragon. We are creatures of the realms. We watch over this world. More so, I'm a luck dragon. You could say that I am karmic. All mortals face judgment eventually. Those who have lived righteous lives are reborn quickly and painlessly into greater station. Those who have lived wicked lives, less so. Justice is fundamental part of my very being. I wish to see justice.
We will seek out justice for those souls and look to those that have caused this travesty.
Very well, then where do you wish me to carry you?
to your temple.
Ah, that is simplicity itself. In fact, we are already there. And as you turn to look around, you can see the cell that you were standing outside of is no longer there. You can see that what appears to be there is a hand raised up with a large torch in it. And around its wrist, you can see a platform. The wind moves. The wind always moves. So do spirits. So do lives. I cannot stay still long. If you were to get off, please do so.
But first a kiss.
But first a kiss. and his tongue flicks out and touches the top of your head briefly. And there you go. I did not say that you would be the one giving the kiss. Now, I must move. Please, I cannot stand still much longer.
Thank you for this, and come find me for those endless journeys that you mentioned earlier.
I will see you. I will be seeing you. Farewell. Now please move, for I must fly. Are you getting off?
Yeah, fuck,
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Okay, so you clamber off onto this platform. As you look down, you can see that what you're standing on is the upstretched arm of a statue. It looks to be at the highest point of the temple itself. If you imagine the Statue of Liberty, but a nation monk, you're standing at the highest point where there is a beacon placed in its hand, a beacon that shines with the cold light of the sun.
I mean, I take a water chestnut out of my bag and I toss it off the temple.
It goes
That's
out. It goes out into the cloud, and there's a crunch sound, and the crunching sound gets further away.
I'm like, we did it. We're at the top. Not quite sure how we did it, but we did it. Okay, so well, I look at everyone. I'm like, what exactly are we doing here?
So Tora, we've made it through the weird, not dumbwaiter thing, and now we're not going to fall to our deaths.
Which is great.
Very good. Glad I built this team. Tora, can you get us to where probably the people are?
There must be a door here somewhere, like on this thing.
As you look around, you do actually find a door built into the side of the platform itself.
Oh,
It
there.
takes you inside the upraised arm, and you see it.
Open.
And you see a spiral staircase heading in two directions. One heading up, it heads up further, and it also heads down.
I think we go down.
All right.
Are you sure? We've been climbing. I mean, why stop now?
I
Well,
think we go down.
Fine.
we want to talk to the people here.
All right. And I'll start heading down.
As you walk down, you notice that the actual shaft is lit from above. There's a strong, it's almost daylight shining down from it.
Oh, that's a quite bright light up there. I'm sure I'll have no repercussions whatsoever to what I'm thinking about. Start walking up the stairs again, not realizing it.
Okay. So you make your way down. You go down several layers, several levels, and there's platforms along the way. There doesn't appear to be anyone there until you actually get down into the main body itself. You come down onto a room that has several nation monks sat round in a circle meditating. They stop and look up at you.
Hi. It's complicated. Just take him to your leader. Take me to whoever's in charge.
One of the monks gets up and walks over to you.
Mm-hmm.
He bows to you.
I bow back.
And
You're in charge.
He signs something.
I'm like, I'm really sorry. I don't really know any air shapers or people from the Air Nation. What are you trying to say?
He signs something else.
I think he's saying it's a vow of silence and we shouldn't be talking.
He points to Tora and nods.
Oh, I mean,
He motions for you to follow him, and he steps over to an elaborate marble arch and picks up a stick from the little alcove beyond it and starts walking down through another spiral staircase. He takes you down into the main temple itself from the statue at the top. As you come in, there's a muskiness to the main temple that you didn't get outside. It's like there are a lot of people stuck in here, and there's not exactly good bathing facilities. but certainly not enough to cover all the people that would be here. As you come into the main temple is a huge open structure. There are pillars all the way around it. It's a lot like the Pantheon. So rather than actually being an enclosed building, it's open to the air around it.
Ooh.
And you can see that there are hundreds of people here. Absolutely hundreds. As you step in, you hear a shout. You!
Oh, not again.
And a very familiar figure starts running over to you.
I'm
You.
like, hi again. Have I just met new friends? Everyone, please meet my old, wonderful, long-time friend of a long time ago. I'm assuming it's Mei Ling, right?
It's Mei Ling.
Mei Ling Thunder, please meet Lu Wei, who has just come with a lovely deal to make, and meet Tora, who helps us get up here.
She turns and smiles at you. It's a pleasure to meet you. You came back.
Well,
We've been
yes.
talking about you for all the whole trip.
You not? No, I have not.
Can you observe carefully, please? Shows you.
Go on then. Let's see what I can do. I can run the snake eyes. And here comes the roll. Here comes the money. 12. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So ask your questions.
All right. First question. If I can just get the sheet to open on time. Wait for it. We're here. Who is in control here?
She is.
Thought as much. What's here is not as it appears to be.
She's trying to hide it, but she is blushing.
I'm not gonna ask with advantage here. What should I be watching for?
As you look out around the actual temple itself, you can see that there are several police airships actually circling the temple.
I'll turn towards her and I'll go, Mei Ling, I love you very much because hanging out with you is always ambrosia, but we need to do some work.
Okay, you're the plan guy. What's your plan? Hang on. She goes over and pulls a sheet off something, and there's a blackboard there. And she hands you a piece of chalk.
I look at the blackboard, I look at the chalk, and I look over at everyone else, and I'm like, all right. I put a chalk down. I go, before the plan, this man has something to say. After which, I have a plan ready. But you have to listen to him first, okay?
Okay.
Promise?
Yes, I do.
Don't shoot lightning at him.
I'm not going to shoot. Why would I shoot lightning at him?
You shoot lightning at everyone I know. There's not a single person I know that you haven't shot lightning at.
I don't flirt with everyone.
That is not... Li Wei, she's all yours. Please, this is Mei Ling Thunder. You're not going to get better than the head of the nation, what's called the Fire Nation right now, than her. Please continue talking. I'm going to be busy with something. And I'll go to the blackboard and start writing.
She turns to look at Lee. My name is Mei Ling Thunder. I am the daughter of Grandfather Thunder of the Rolling Thunder the Rolling Thunder Triad.
Oh, I, as you know, Li Weizhu of the River Serpents, sent as an emissary for my family, who grandfather is the leader of the River Serpents.
She bows to you with honor.
I bow to her, of course.
How can I help?
Oh, I need the Eye of the Sun. In exchange, the River Serpents have procured supplies and food that we can sneak in here to help you during your time of need. Oh, wait, I was supposed to ask for more. Oh.
The Eye of the Sun, she looks up at the statue with the beacon at the top. The jewel that rests up there.
The very same.
I would need to ask the monks here if they would be willing to part with it. They have been so supportive of us. They've offered us every help they can.
Not just yet.
Well, they can't say no.
I mean, that too. But Mei-Ling, I've been learning a lot from my good friend here. One of them is that you can get more than you offer if you simply have more on board. I have a plan. It's a stupid plan, but it'll work. But we're going to need the water serpent's help. So why don't you bargain that if you help them, if they help you both in getting food and with the rest of my plan, we'll help them get the red sun.
She turns to look at Lynn. Is that acceptable? Sorry, Lee, not Lynn.
Okay, just making sure.
Sorry. Yeah, my mistake.
Sure. As long as I get the Eye of the Sun back to my sister, I think we're good.
Deal. Okay, right. So I go to the blackboard and I pick up the pen and I go, all right, it's been a while. I haven't done this for a while. Okay, so we have all of us trapped here in this tower, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, we can't leave because we're barricaded by the police.
That's right, yes.
Now, why have the police barricaded us?
They're after us. They consider us criminals.
Why did they do that?
Because of the riots and...
So whose fault is it that all of this is going on right now? We have the riots that happened recently. We had them trying to take all of them and put them into a makeshift prison in the dam, and now they're trapped in the air temple. Who can we blame for everything?
She looks at you, and she's never been the smartest, the sharpest pencil in the box. And your brother?
No, not my. Oh my god! I take another one, right? New Horizon in big capital letters, and I circle it. All of this started because New Horizon turned up.
Oh. Okay.
So, I mean, it may not all be their fault, but if we put all the blame and everything else and point it to New Horizon, would be fine, right?
Well, yes, that would go a long way to helping our case.
Factor number 2. We have a way to get you out, which is a luck dragon. Is that what was his name? I look over at Kanako.
Can we just call him Falcor? Because
we'll call him Falcor.
All right, Falcor. That name's really familiar to me. I'm not allowed to use that at all. Never ending. I write it down. We have a luck dragon. He will only leave if we get justice. He will help everyone leave if we get justice for everyone involved in this. And the only way we can get justice is if we make New Horizon feel the pain and punishment for what they've done. Final factor. We have the water. Yes?
Is it technically justice if we frame somebody for a crime they didn't commit?
They did commit it. We're just going to frame it a little bit lighter.
Okay, carry on.
Finally, we have the water serpents who can get in and out of anywhere that has a water kind of path through, and also are currently have food. Where'd you get the food from?
We stole it from the Imperial Warehouse.
Stolen from the Imperial Warehouse. Circle.
Okay, just don't write that on the board.
Oh yeah, erase. So here's the plan. We blame New Horizon for stealing food from the warehouse, which is created by creating a distraction by having everyone else focus on the riots and the Fire Nation and keeping this place safe. They blame them. They free your people. The water serpents help you guys find a new place to live, and everybody's happy. Done plan.
How are we gonna do this?
I haven't thought that bit yet. Li Wei, can we get all that food stuff dropped in New Horizons place, then simply just get the important people of the city over there? like say one of the magistrates.
To get all the stolen Imperial goods dropped in the new
Horizon's headquarters.
So
Yes.
that the Imperials come after it?
Yes.
Well, we smuggle, so that's smuggling. I'm thinking probably yes.
And we'll simply just have to get every single important person that isn't horribly corrupt to find it there, and then the story will hopefully work itself out.
Well, that's not very many people, so that should be doable.
It's a crazy plan, I know, but it'll work. And best part, we don't have to get killed, or get in a fight, or get shot at, or get lightning bolted, or get turned to stone.
There's a tannoy fires outside the actual temple itself. People of the temple, I have come to speak to you on behalf of the city authorities. And as you look out, you can see that there's a New Horizon airship outside. If you have those who will negotiate for you, I will meet them to the steps of the temple. And you recognize that voice.
It's Stillwater.
Yeah.
I go, and there's one of the CEOs, Stillwater, right there. I mean, come on, this plan is about writing itself now. Why are you all looking at me like I'm insane? No, really, why are you all looking at me like that? Come on, I mean, this is the best I could do with what short time I had.
It's not a terrible idea. I just want to make sure these people are okay and that I get the eye of the sun, and the blockade needs to go down because I did that oath.
Okay, first of all, this is Mei Ling. Let me go and speak to the abbot. Let me see if he will part with this in exchange for what you are offering. I'll be back in a moment.
You do that. We're going to go speak to Stillwater because he wants to negotiate.
Okay. So she disappears off. And you can see this airship. It's a smaller one. It looks to be a corporate transport. And it's setting down in the plaza at the front of the temple itself. It's setting down within the cordon that was set up by the police and the army.
Oh, cool. And I look at the rest, I'm like, well, guys, I mean, they're waiting for someone in charge to go talk, and the last thing I want to do is make Mei Ling talk to anyone, show lightning about them. You want to come?
Sure.
I look over at Kanako like,
this is what we need to do, then let's do it.
all right. And I start walking without remembering Tora's there.
Tora, you should come too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tora, come on.
Yeah. I mean, I'm tacking along. I still haven't been paid, so.
I will work on that. Jeez. It's all part of the plan. I'm working up as I go along. It's fine. So yeah, we'll head down to go see New Horizon. We'll head down to go see New Horizon guy.
Okay. As you walk down into the plaza, you can see that there's a single individual standing up in the water gardens that they have there. He's in an immaculate corporate suit, very well tailored, very well presented. He has a shaved head, and he also has tattoos on there, but the tattoos are of a different sort. Lee, you instantly recognize the tattoos. The tattoos are actually those of a Water Nation warrior.
Interesting.
In fact, can you observe carefully, please?
I can roll dice to see
Yes.
if I will. Oh, that's based off of keen,
Yes.
which I am not. That would be a 5.
Okay. He appears to have been a sergeant in the Water Nation Armed Forces. You don't really learn much more from the actual tattoos itself. But as you were there, he turns to look at everyone there. Mr. Shoja, it is a pleasure to see you again.
The pleasure is all yours. You stole my plans, you ass.
We made you an offer. You declined the offer, so we changed the nature of the offer.
Well,
This is
now
business.
now we both don't get a damn. So congratulations, it worked great.
The dam will still be built. It will just have worse profit margins for ourselves. We will have to pay our workers. Or maybe we won't. This siege cannot continue. It is a drain on yourselves, on the people within, and on the police forces. I have been sent here to negotiate and bring this to a close.
So they sent the guy that was going to trap them in the first place to negotiate.
I have the authority to do that. I am one of the few people with the authority to do that.
All right, what's your offer?
The people within will leave this temple and move to the camp that we have constructed. If they stay within, they will starve. We will feed them. We will clothe them. It is a better offer than living on the streets like they were.
Could you give me just a second?
Soja, I don't think this is one of the fun kind of camps.
I got that. Thanks.
Okay.
I look at everyone. I'm like, all right, guys, that guy there is clearly a bad guy. We cannot agree to this in any shape or form. Those people are going to suffer, so he can build a stupid dam for my stolen plans. I know Mei Ling can get you that jewel. I just need the water serpents to say they're in.
How much support does this guy have? Maybe we just tell him no.
We can. I'm going to tell him no, but he's just going to starve us out. He's not going to get a counter offer.
I have an idea to buy us some time.
All right, I'll take your lead.
Let's go straight into it then. All right, young man with the slow speech. We agree. Go ahead and
Excellent.
make your plans, and we shall ready our people.
That is excellent. And we agree. And he holds up his hands and turns his hands. And can everyone stand firm, please?
You stand fast? Okay.
I'm fast, sorry.
Son of a. Oops. I fail.
I'm so fast, yo. We've rolled an 11.
Okay.
Fail.
Yeah, I fail.
Well, everyone who failed made a cheat.
Lee's looking great.
He moves his hands and everyone feels the blood in their veins stop for a moment and freeze. as he bends the water within your body. The only one who's not affected is Lynn, for he feels his water being his water being shaped, and in an instant counters it with his own shaping. The three others are frozen in position. Please gain the tag paralyzed.
Are we still dazed?
No, you can get rid of the dazed.
Nobody here looks like they can fight, right? None of you guys look like fighting types.
I don't look like a fighting type. Doesn't mean I can't fight.
Doesn't mean he doesn't have an invention on him that can actually
hack dudes up.
I mean,
All right.
I hire people to do that for me.
Exactly. And there's nobody to hire here. Okay.
He twists his hands, and you can see the police behind him start to surge forward.
Okay. I would like to try to heal Soja, and then maybe we grab Tora and Kaneko and run.
Okay.
Sure.
So can you roll your healing roll, please?
Cool. I move over and attempt healer, where I cover a wound with my element and lay hands upon it and roll plus natural. And my natural is flat, so let's see if this works. That is an 8. With an 8 on healer, on a 7, 8, or 9, serious wounds are healed, but superficial ones remain. So hopefully that removes that tag.
That will change the tag from immobile to groggy. So Soja won't be fully healed of it, but he would still have some impediment to how he's moving. He doesn't move fully with the grace he normally has. Or if you'd like, you can spend a chi to actually bump it up a level.
I will spend the chi and bump it up a level. We're at the third session of 3, so let's do it.
Okay. So you draw the water out from the lakes around and cover him. There's a brief second of your shaping actually fighting with still waters shaping. There's resistance there, and within, it's like two waves crashing against each other over and over and over. It goes back, it goes forth. It builds up into one giant collision, and your wave just smashes his apart. It's almost on a metaphysical level. And the hold he has over Soja vanishes, and Soja is now able to move again normally.
Time to go. So yeah,
Okay.
I mean, if you see the plan, I'll grab Kaneko and I'll just start running.
Yeah. Let's just grab him and go.
Okay,
Come and go.
So can people move with attention, please?
Everyone, or just me and?
No, yeah, just you and Rich.
Oops, wait.
You and Lee.
Ooh, 7. I'll take a 7. 8.
Okay.
I rolled an 11.
Nice.
Quite intent.
Good. Fluids are normally good for the water shapers. So move with intention. You get to choose 2 of those, Rich. I'm guessing you're safe from immediate attack.
Yeah, safe from imminent attack sounds good. And place I'll bank a +1 on my next roll.
Okay. And you get to choose one of those. Joju, which are you choosing?
I'll choose get a tag on who you're gaining on, and I'm gonna choose gapped, aka there's a distance between me and the police officers. Like carrying Kaneko as fast as I can, running.
Brilliant. So you run towards the temple, carrying your companions with you. You start moving up the steps, and shards of metal start flying out left, right, and center. Metal chains start coming out, trying to grab at you, but you manage to duck and weave and get past. You get to the actual edge of the steps itself, and you can see that the Fire Nation refugees have started clustering around the front to see what's going on. As you get close, who are you carrying, Shoju?
Kanako.
Okay, so as you get close, you're almost at the temple when a metal chain whips out and wraps itself around Kanako's body. You are holding her as she starts to get pulled back. A few seconds later, there is a roar of flame as the fire shapers from the Fire Nation refugees start blasting the area in front. The metal of the actual chain melts under the heat of their rage, and a wall of flame goes up in front of the temple as you retreat inside. As you get inside, sorry, go on, Kanako.
Oh, no, sorry. Keep going. When you're finished talking about this bit, I'd like to do something while I'm frozen.
Okay. As you get within the temple itself, you see Mei Ling is standing there, and she's holding a jewel in her hand. A perfectly 13-faceted jade quartz.
Ooh.
I go, good, we should give it to them in 1 second. Let me borrow that for a bit.
What? No, what? I had to give it to him.
Trust me, trust. I'm literally gonna pull my laser cutter out. I'm gonna put it on, and I'm gonna go burn down the airships. Like, just no, I'm not having
Okay.
you rising to this crap to me today. I'm gonna burn down the airships.
Okay, that's going to take four
material.
material.
I've got more than 4 material.
Okay, you get this perfect 13-faceted jade quartz gem off Mei Ling, and she's looking at you. What's going on out there? She turns to Lin. Rainbow quartz. Sorry, you're quite right, Ellen. Sorry. Lee. Sorry, I keep on saying Lin. I'm sorry, Rich.
It's okay.
There's a recurring thing with this game. I get everyone's name wrong.
It's my own fault for Lee. Lee, obviously, it's the wrong name. I should have named him Lin.
Sorry, it's late here, and I'm terrible with names anyway. I've got them all written down. It's just I've got so many screens open. It's just hard to flick around.
No worries.
So what's going on? Why aren't they moving?
He did something to them. Don't worry, it wears off. They'll be fine. I actually here, and I'll try to heal Tora while someone is going all like Mecha Kaiju mad over there.
Can you roll your healing roll then, please?
I will. I've rolled. It is just making sure. I roll with natural. I rolled a 9, and my natural is a 0, so it is a mixed. So it would do the same. Crap. What the heck? I'll spend my last chi to bump it up.
Brilliant, Tora. You feel your body, which had seized up and was not flowing. The water within it felt like it had turned to ice. Suddenly, you feel heat again. The coldness that was there is gone. Your body can move. It comes in like an explosive breath.
Whoa! Oh, that feels good.
And while you're doing this, Ellen wanted to do something, so we will just pop over to Kanako. Kanako.
Well, I figured, seeing as like my physical body is frozen, why not go astral projecting?
Yes,
and try and go and talk to Lee's sister and convince her to drop the illegally gained vegetables and rice at the New Horizon headquarters while they're busy here.
Okay. So can you please roll your astral projection?
I can. So 7, and that's plus natural.
I believe so.
Natural plus 2, so that's 9. And let's spend a chi as well. Make it beautiful.
Okay. You can observe and converse beyond your own body. You may return instantly but can still be hurt, and your physical form is unconscious and helpless. Okay. You step out of your body. You smell a stench. You smell a smell of burning flesh, which wasn't there beforehand. It's a smell that's very familiar to you. It's a smell that you've smelled before. Your memory goes back to a cave with an altar and a lake of fire. It is the same smell that you smelt there.
Charon? Is the ferryman here?
No, it's not that. It's not that smell. There was a great spirit of fire under the city.
Oh.
You can smell the same smell that you smelt when you encountered it.
Oh. Uh-oh. The Jade Spirit, is that who it is?
Not the Jade Spirit, but its counterpart.
Ooh.
As you look out in the astral realm, you look at the airships, and you can see a spot of intense flame on one of them.
Ooh. Okay. Maybe I won't travel to see Lee's sister. Maybe I will talk to this beast.
Okay. Before we go on, Rich, I understand you're gonna have to leave us in a few moments.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm sorry about that.
No worries. I do apologize. I took too long getting to the temple, I'm afraid. Thank you for playing tonight. I really appreciated you showing up. I'm sorry
It was super fun.
I couldn't get to the end.
No worries.
Your part of the story.
I could watch this later. It was great playing with all of you guys. Nice to play with you for the first time, Ellen. Good to see you again, Stephen and Lloyd, and it's always a pleasure. You guys have a great night, especially super late night for a couple of days.
Have a good one, Rich. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I took too long to get there, unfortunately. It's entirely on me. Anyway, so you move out into the air. As you move out into the air, you can see that parts of the city are on fire. But it's a fire you didn't see when in the mortal world. You look to Cinderhill, and the entire district is aflame. You look to different parts of the city, and you look out to the palace that sits in the middle of the lake, in the middle of the bay, and you can see flames up around the palace. But the tightest, the hottest flame comes from one of the New Horizon airships that circles the temple. What do you do?
Who is burning my city? Kanako yells out in despair, horrified at what she's seeing.
Okay, are you communicating this to the others? Because you can physically form if you want to.
Nah. I don't know what help that would give them at the moment. It's more like yelling out towards the spirit that's on the airship, and I repeat the same cry but more forcefully. Who is burning my city?
You know my name. Yes, you do. The intense flame suddenly bursts outwards, and a giant serpent of fire is resting in the sky in front of you. You know my name, little one. We have met previously. You have fed me well. Yes. Yes, you have. You know my name, but you will not speak it.
It is not worth the breath it is said.
And yet my flame fills the city like it did before. A different fire, granted, but one which burns more furiously.
Child's play.
There is chaos and destruction here. Did you not see my touch on this?
I should have known.
You denied me my vessel before. I have found another. Now be gone.
No. Why are you doing this? Why are you torturing your own people?
These are not my people. These are mortals. They are mine to play with. They are mine to torment. Mine to devour.
Who will worship you if you killed them all?
You think I do this for worship? No, I do not. And you notice that there's actually seems to be two voices here. There's the hiss of the serpent. There appears to be another voice as well. And the voice that you have heard previously. You hear it.
Do I know?
Your mind is cast back to a police cell, into a police interview room, and you see a man sitting in front of you, with sitting with his stick between his hands.
Yes,
And,
Mandarin Way.
Yeah, and as you look at him, you can see as your mind forms a vision of him. You see fire in his eyes.
You were pathetic then, and you are pathetic now.
I am what I am, but there is flames to be stoked here. Go on your way. I see that the tinder has been lit, and the serpent vanishes. And at that point, we'll cut back to the temple.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, I'm still burning. I'm gonna try and burn down that New Horizon what's called airship because it is shooting at us, and I need to get those people out of my way.
Okay, so you form your spiritual energy beam.
Mm-hmm.
You put it together, but you notice that you're actually missing a capacitor. You're missing a power source.
Mei-Ling.
Yes?
Do me a favor and shoot that.
Shoot what?
This thing right here. Just pump it full of electricity.
I can't.
What do you mean you can't? Just do the thing. Do the lightning thing.
Okay. She forms herself up. She strikes out. There's a small spark from her fingertips.
I mean, it happens, first time I get it. I'm a little excited. I'm a little bit scared. It's fine. Just do it again.
She tries again to the same effect.
I'm not saying I'm a little bit surprised, but I am. What's going on?
My shaping has always been powered by anger. The monks here have helped me.
You're not mad anymore. You can't shape.
No, I'm. Look, she snaps her fingers, and there's a small spark of fire, and it goes.
Oh, this is the worst timing! I can't use this.
Bloody perfect!
Don't shout at me.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
They've opened my eyes to the world for what it is.
Well, close your damn eyes. We need to look. This is no time for peace and meditation and goodwill to men. This is a time for shooting airships with giant laser beams.
You think I don't know that? Look, this isn't how I
look like you know it.
Don't shout at me.
I'll shout at you if I want to shout at you.
Stop it! Don't you know who I am?
You're a useless little trollop who can't even shoot a lightning bolt out of her fingers.
Okay, Soja. Sorry, I'm terrible with names. Tora, can you please roll speak dishonorably? Act dishonorably, sorry.
Okay, yeah. What element is this?
That is hot.
Hot. Okay, I'm +1. Okay. That is a 4. I will spend a chi to bump it up.
Okay. In this instance, she's. You can see that she is starting to see the way you're treating to her and how you're speaking to her. Don't talk to me like that. And you can see the hair on her head starts to stand up.
I will talk to you however I feel like. And what are you going to do about it? And I stand behind the device.
You want to see what I'm going to do about it?
I want to see what you're going to do about it, you little wimp.
Wimp! I'm not a wimp! Ah! And she unleashes a storm of electricity towards you. Can you stand firm, please?
Oh, that is what is stand firm. Salt.
It's solid.
Yeah, that is an 11.
Okay, so the energy surges into you. You slam your hands down onto the actual device that Soju's made, and the electricity flows through you into the device, and it comes alive. Lights light up. It physically shaking with the power there. Your hair is all up on end. You're staticky. You've got little bits of electricity arcing off you, but you're unharmed.
I look between them both. I look at her looking really angry and stuff, and I'm like, oh, what the hell? And then I kiss her.
Okay. Your hair stands on end.
Mm-hmm.
And she just blanks, and her arms go around you, and she burns with a hot passion. And quite literally, she burns with a hot passion.
Ow, 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 ow. I'm going to pull her apart. I'll pull her off. I'm going to go, Mei Ling, I love you. I want to see more of the calm version of you. Maybe if we all survive this, I would love to. But if you don't mind, I'm going to go blow up some airships.
That sounds good, she says. And she's grinning.
Okay, excellent. Just go back to the whole prayer part. That was really cool. I like that version. I'll be back. And then I'll take the gun and then freaking go take out these airships.
Okay. Can you please commit open violence?
No problem.
I would like you to commit open violence with Keen, please, given that you're a technological device.
Excellent. Which I was about to say I can do that because part of one of my moves is observe what's going. Once you carefully look at something, you can do it, and I know how airships work. Now let's see if I can actually roll better than a 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay. So on a 10, tag the target appropriately.
Downed.
Okay. The beam shoots forth from the actual device you're holding, hits the airship, and the airship bursts into flame. You've seen the Hindenburg?
Mm-hmm.
This airship has landed, but literally the flames flood across its top. You can see all the ribbon inside. You can see the gas cylinders, the gas bags that hold it up. You can see that everyone on board starts to flee and run away from the fire. And the people around you just stop and look at you. Kaneko. Well, you're still actually projecting, aren't you?
Yep.
Okay. You can feel something tear at the very nature of reality. You can feel something rip apart the spirit plane. You can see a bloody wound reach out from the temple and strike the airship. You can see the spirits within, the spirits of air, the spirits of steel, the spirits of fire, all within it perish and shrivel and turn to ash.
Oh. So Mandarin Way is no more?
No, there were several airships round. The one that shows you targeted was the one directly in front, surrounded by police.
I call out Mandarin Way. If you don't want to suffer the same fate, be gone.
There is a large boom as if thunder, and the fire that was on the airship you were watching vanishes. You hear a scream as if something is afraid. And the burning smell that you smelt disappears.
Of course, I don't know any of this, so I'm like, whoa, it works!
Yeah. So, the scared screaming?
Yes. Terrified screaming.
What would that indicate? Would I be able to detect if that's someone being possessed or something? Or the spirit going away peacefully, which never
Just leave. It's just leaving. It's out of there. It's done.
Yeah.
The spirit that was there has fled.
Yes. All right. Job here done. Snap back to Soldier and Tora and Mei Ling, and
as you get closer to the device that he's built, in your astral form, your stomach turns. As you get closer to the temple, you notice that your spiritual form is calcifying.
oh,
You notice that the energy unleashed with that blast has shredded the spirit realm around the temple.
oh,
The movement of energy there has stopped.
when I come back to my body, can I move? Am I still frozen? I think if
Yes,
still waters is...
yep. As you step into your body, as you get closer, it gets harder and harder to move. It feels like you're turning to stone. You reach out at the last moment and touch your body, and your spirit flows within.
Soldier, what have you done?
Oh,
What
it
are you
was
talking about?
awesome! It was fantastic!
Oh man, we
Oh
took
man,
one
you
down.
missed it! It was great!
Can't wait to take the next one down. It's gonna be great. I'm just figuring out how to aim this thing.
Well, you have been patting yourselves on the back. I have seen what lies beyond the veil of this world, and you've messed up again. There.
What do you mean by I've messed up again? It's fine. We're winning.
Your laser. Do you know what those 13 perfect facets channel?
What?
Spiritual energy. And by channeling that spiritual energy, it ceases to move outside of that laser. You're killing the world.
The police outside start to flee. They cannot repel firepower of that magnitude.
Oh my god, what have I done?
You notice all the other shapers in the building look pale. They feel, you can see several of them clutch their stomachs and fall out to the knees. Mei Ling looks white. You can see there's blood coming from her mouth, blood coming from her ears as she faints and falls to the floor.
First action, I'm gonna pull the gem out and I'm going to smash the laser cut into pieces. Like just smack it into pieces. Then I'm gonna run to Mei Ling.
Okay.
We were gonna be rich! What did you do?
It doesn't matter now. Mei Ling, hey, wake up.
Money
wake up.
always
Come on.
matters!
Not right now. People are dying.
She coughs and she coughs up blood.
I look at Kanako. Kanako, help her. The others, they're outside.
Okay, Kanako, can you please stand firm?
I can attempt to stand firm. And that's solid, isn't it?
Yeah, that is, yes.
Which is okay
I
for
believe
me.
you.
I got a +1. Yeah, boxcars anyway. So yes, I'm firm.
Woo!
Okay. You can feel something pulling at the part of you that shapes, part of you that calls the spirit world. There's a momentary sensation that there's nothing there, only for it to come back a few seconds later. You've never felt that in your life. You've never been disconnected.
I'm scared, Soja. What have you done?
I was just trying to help. I'm gonna grab anyone who's still up. I'm gonna go grabbing any single person I can shape. That includes the metal shapers outside, and try and get them somewhere where they're not affected by this.
Sorry, line broke up slightly there. I didn't quite
sorry.
catch it.
I'm gonna round up anyone who isn't hurt and try and get all the shapers like away from the temple. Just get them somewhere safe.
Okay.
Away from the machine anyway.
Okay. Well, it's 1 o'clock at the moment, which is our end time. So what we'll do is we'll actually do that in prologue.
Okay.
So the police that were standing outside, all of them shapers, all have stumbled over, all are shaken. The ones that aren't affected, you can see are fleeing and taking their colleagues with them. Half of the actual people within the temple itself, the Fire Nation shapers, they have fallen to their knees. Several have shrugged off the effects, but several of the weaker ones appear to have actually fallen to the floor and are coughing up blood. As it stands, no one stops you leaving the temple. The forces that were outside have other problems to consider. You are able to leave, and you are able to take people with you. I'm going to cut to each character, and you'll be able to do a post-credit scene. So we'll go left to right. Kanako, can you give me your post-credit scene, please?
Kanako feels wrecked. That disconnection with the spirit world terrified her. And sorry, I need to sneeze.
I hear being disconnected from the spirit world does that to you.
She was seriously considering retiring from everyday realm and traveling infinity with Valcor. So she looks at Soja running around trying to gather up people, and she thinks about the wound in the spirit realm fabric that just is so terrifying, and she can't risk losing her chance for happiness in the end. So quite selfishly, she steps away from everyone and goes out on the platform and calls out Falcor and jumps off the platform into some swirling mists.
Okay. Brilliant. And Shoja, I keep on getting it wrong. How do I keep on getting it wrong? With 6 sessions in on this.
I don't know, actually. You're on this one. I'm sorry. It's like I can't help you. All right. So there's a moment where I look like it's two-parter. The first part is that it's right after I'm looking at everyone and helping them out. I'm not quite sure what to do. I'm looking at Mei Ling. She looks really bad. I turn to open, like I go. I know who will help, Kanakoku, and I turn around to find her, and I look around. She's just gone, and I realize that I'm alone, and I don't know what I'm supposed to do next. Which is the first time that Soja's ever had a moment where he doesn't know what he wants to do next. We cut to later in the day where I'm bringing all the helpful people to Grandfather Thunder, and I'm bringing him his daughter who's still passed out, and they sort of wheel him in, but I don't make myself seen. I keep my hood up and make sure it's gone. And when he's seen to and he looks around to find me, I'm just hiding in the shadows, and I've still got the jewel in my hand, which I kind of need to give to the water sipping people at some point. But I put it inside my shirt, and I just quietly fade into the darkness.
Brilliant. And finally, we have Tora. Can you give us your post-credit scene, please?
That evening, I'm in the back room of a tavern. It's a private room. There's one other person there. On the table is spread all the bits and pieces of the shattered machine. I'm negotiating to sell this device, and we reach an agreement, and Swiftwaters passes over a large bag of money.
Brilliant. So the Stillwaters,
okay.
Yeah. Hands over a large bag of money. He offers his hand.
I shake his hand.
And I think the closing scene we actually have is of the handshake. Just a super close-up of the handshake. And the scene fades to black.
Okay.
Well, there we go. We got to the end of the session.
So was that season 2 done?
That's season 2 done.
Jesus Christ, what kind of ending was that?
Well, I imagine this is a 3-season arc.
I know.
And, we've just
that was your Empire Strikes Back episode.
Exactly. I wanted to have a climactic reveal. I didn't quite have that planned until someone pulled out a super laser.
I was just trying to build a super laser. What's wrong with a super? I wasn't trying to. I just wanted a super. Okay.
You just ruined the whole world.
I didn't ruin the whole. Okay, I did not know making a super laser was going to ruin the whole world. In hindsight,
you know, all energy moves from one thing to another. So surely in your books you would be like, "Ooh, this stone is channeling energy. Where is that getting that energy from?"
I'm not getting belittled by the person who summoned Falcor. I refuse to be belittled by the person who summoned Falcor, okay? Can we just point that out?
I'm sorry, but I summoned Falcor and it was the best.
Okay. Now all of my friends have left me. I have this gem I can't make sure no one else must get to make sure that weapon is never built again. And I'm also gonna try and the worst part is you didn't even tell me that Officer Wei is still alive before you left. That's the worst part. So I don't even know that fire spirit is still out there.
So I just told you what you needed to know, so you live the rest of your life in guilt.
No. There's no rest of my life bullcrap. I'm still gonna save the day. Like season 3 is still there.
Anyway, it is 1 o'clock in the morning. I have work at 8, and I do need to grab some sleep. Thank you. I've really enjoyed this tonight. It's been
thank you. It was fun.
I thought it was a pretty good session. I certainly enjoyed myself, and I love where the story ended up. So thank you as ever. Stephen, thank you for jumping in at the last minute. I really appreciate it. I hope we didn't... There's a bit of backstory that's built up, and I hope you weren't too cut off.
No, it's fine. I mean, I picked out a character that could sort of slide into the story without knowing too much about what was going on. So, yeah.
You managed to fit quite well into the story. That was great.
More importantly, Kanako, where'd you go? Are you coming back?
I don't think so. I'm gonna live out the last days of my life on Falcor's back, like going through all the swirly clouds, like, you know.
But who's gonna help me stop Officer Wei?
I don't know. Well, if you can offer more money to Tora, he's probably up for it.
I need less enemies.
Anyway, I'm going to end the broadcast here.
Go on.
Okay.